Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chrissy. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Ivor, please, is speaking for Chris. Is that right, mate?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Yes, unfortunately, he gives his apologies. He's had a close member of the family die, so he's at the funeral.
Sorry to hear that.
So this may well be a situation where I'm reading from paper rather than being able to answer questions directly. But basically, the session is the smart cities, are they the future? And this whole intention is to actually divulge and to show how far we are down that line and what is actually happening. So technically, most of the stuff that you would hear about comes out of the book that you see the front cover of there, which is Carl Schwab and Thierry Mellerit. And sorry, let's just see if I can take the next one. So essentially, the Great Reset book talks about the new reset and working, education, exercise, and everything from home. Little reason to leave home. In other words, it's place-based living. So that strategic partnership framework is a worldwide organization, and the whole process of this is to bring everybody into the same process of thought when it comes to managing councils and regional areas and people as a whole. Okay, moving on to the next one. The United Nations have put the Sustainable Development Goals up there, and these particular forums we are now partners of them. Okay, moving on to the next one. So what are some of the ways in which Carl Schwab believes technology is transforming the way we live and interact with each other? So firstly on that list there, you'll see neurotechnological brain enhancements. That is essentially fiddling with our brains and putting some kind of technical gizmo in there. The advancements have been quite profound. If you actually watch any of Mr. Musk's developments, that is all in good intentions, but unfortunately it may have other implications. Genetic editing. This also mentions genetic editing, which is another area of rapid progress with potential to fundamentally change the way we live and interact with each other. On-demand economy. Schwab emphasizes the rise of on-demand economy, which also referred to as sharing economy. Basically, this brings down to an adjective where the major corporations have a major say in what happens in and around us. New forms of organization and leadership. The book highlights an impact on businesses, identifying that technology is driving forth the Industrial Revolution and substantially influencing how businesses are led, organized, and resourced. The World Economic Forum and the United Nations advancements bring about what we have here as shall I say, it indicates a fourth industrial revolution, and they call it unique. It's driven by basically network-driven smart cities, countries, and regional clusters, which understand and leverage the opportunities of this revolution, top-down and bottom-up, acting with holistic and integrative perspective. New Zealand in 2021 is the first nation in the world to have every council signed up to the Smart Cities Council. So as you can see there is both parties engaged in a range of networking under the partnership, the Association of Government Information Management and Smart Cities Council Australia, New Zealand, will work together to provide world-leading resources of the councils. This is already quite far into progress from what I understand. The Industrial Revolution will change how we work, and this poses a question that we need to actually consider and think about. In 2016, two academics from Oxford University came to the conclusion that 86% of jobs in restaurants, 75% of jobs in retail, and 59% of jobs in entertainment could be automized by 2035. What are you going to do with those people that no longer have employment? Okay, so leading on, I see my time is running out quite quickly there. Smart cities are developing a new development code, and the targets, the building and digitization. Then if we move on, there's central bank digital currencies. This was announced last week on TV1 News that we are moving towards this, which essentially means that the normal fiat currency that we have is falling away. Facial recognition.
You nearly there? You nearly there?
Sorry?
Are you nearly there? Your
Yes.
time's up. Yep.
Yes. Okay, facial recognition is an important part of the smart cities and will be part of the whole process. For example, in Oxford in the UK, the implementing of the 15-minute city and smart cities is based across zones. There will be 6 zones. Then we talk about guide to ultra low emission zones. In other words, there will be total control over that. And lastly, there's the solar engineering, which implies that they will put all sorts of things into orbit and affect the climate as a whole. So essentially, I've run out of time to talk about the basic income, the construction environment costs, vertical farming, and lab-grown meat and milk are the future, and why tent living is actually environmentally the most sustainable option. Going nomadic, as Maori originally were pre-colonialism.
Thank you very much. We have to move on because we've got another meeting after this. Thank you so much for coming in.
Okay, thank you.
We've got a copy of your submission here anyway, we can finish it. So I'd like to welcome